And we're back with a television championship match. The champion, Bobby Moore, accompanied by Charlie Cash, representing the Cash Vault, defending against the #1 contender, Wild Billy Buck. Now, Andrew, I know you weren't here last week. Our main event, 6-man tag team action. The Cash Vault team of Tommy Penarelli, Young Lions champ CB Suave, and the TV champ Bobby Moore, taking on Slim J. Azrael and Billy Buck. The match ends with Billy Buck scoring the pin on Bobby Moore, earning him this television title shot this week.
Like we were talking earlier, all it takes is a pinfall over a champion in a non-title match, and then you get a shot at the title. Now, I think we can both admit that it's going to be an unsuccessful try. I mean, Billy Buck has just continuously sought after this title from Bobby Moore, and he just can't get it.
Well, Billy Buck has wanted this title back ever since he lost it to Bobby Moore, and this week here on Anarchy, he has his opportunity. He has to watch out, though. We've got Charlie Cash at ringside, and Lord only knows where CB Suave and Tommy Penarelli is.
Well, you know what? They don't even need to be out here because it seems like Billy Buck is starting to make a career of coming up short.
Billy Buck just went for the Buck Wild. Bobby Moore able to get out of it. Headlock takeover by the challenger.
Again, a headlock takeover will not end this match, but that kick will. And you can see the champ has a game plan. He knows what to expect from Billy Buck.
Certainly does. These two, no strangers to one another, have wrestled each other many times in an Anarchy Wrestling ring. In the rope, whip off by the champion. Buck ducks the clothesline, but walks right into the elbow.
Right in the mush. You know, I mean, just an elbow. You can think about that. An elbow alone can end a fight. Can end a match.
Bobby Moore just tried a Buck Wild of his own, was caught by the challenger.
And you talk about a cowardly shot there. That's a shot to the groin. That should be disqualification by Billy Buck there. And you know, for some reason, I guess Bobby Moore likes to eat chicken, because they have these rubber chickens at ringside, and they're just waving him on, and saying maybe when he wins they want to take him to dinner. I don't blame him. I want to take him to dinner. He's a great guy.
That might be more directed towards manager Charlie Cash, who bears the striking resemblance to Colonel Sanders out there in the white tux.
Charlie Cash. Are you saying Charlie Cash looks like Colonel Sanders? Have you looked at Charlie Cash? There is nothing about Charlie Cash that says Colonel Sanders to me. He looks nothing like Colonel Sanders.
Boss Hogg, perhaps?
Okay, I'll give you Boss Hogg, but he's definitely not Colonel Sanders. So, maybe this crowd, should start chanting Boss Hogg. Or they might chant, hey, you are the champion, the manager of champions, you're a great stand-up guy, and we all love you. And that's a long chant, but that's what he should get.
Look, Cash has been a successful manager so far here at Anarchy in just his short
time here. You hear this crowd? Billy sucks. Billy sucks. They just no support for the former champion.
As I was saying, in just a short time as a manager here in Anarchy, Charlie Cash manages the television champion and the Young Lions champion. Nothing to shy away from. Beautiful shoulder tackle by the television champ.
That's it. 1, 2, and 3.
Two, my friend.
Barely. 2 9/10. 2 9/10.
This match will go on for the TV title. It's Bobby Moore throwing Billy Buck out, goes to go after him. Referee Ken Wallace stopping him.
Ken Wallace is doing the right thing here. He sees that Billy Buck is being beaten senseless in this ring, and he says, if I let this go on too much longer, he might end up in the hospital. I better give him a breather.
Now out on the floor, Bobby Moore with a chop to the chest of Wild Billy Buck. Right out here in front of the Anarchy faithful.
And there's a devastating shot by Bobby Moore, right to the chin. And it doesn't look like Billy Buck's getting up. He's struggling.
Both superstars back in the ring. As Billy Buck crawling over to the ropes to try to pull himself back up to a vertical base.
Can't stand up on his own strength. He has to hold on to those ropes to stay up. He is bare. He's out on his feet. He is bare. He's stumbling around.
In the rope, tries for a clothesline.
Oh,
beautiful.
He's out cold. He's out cold. That elbow was right in the jaw. This is over.
Yeah, he may have knocked out the challenger, rolling him over.
Oh, he's out cold. Look at that, too, and it's all over. What?
Somehow, Billy Buck able to kick out.
Just muscle. That was muscle memory. That's the only explanation for that. He was out cold. And again, competitors at this level, he doesn't know where he's at, but he knows it's time to kick out. He knows it's time to kick that shoulder up. It's just desperation.
Trying to fire back shots at the champion is Billy Buck. Caught. Moore driving Buck's head into the turnbuckle. Saying it's over, runs into the rope. Up into a Samoan drop.
We have both competitors down here.
Billy Buck may not have been able to lift Bobby Moore into that full proper Samoan drop, but for a man that's just been pummeled for the last few minutes of this TV title bout, an impressive move nonetheless, as Charlie Cash is giving instructions to Bobby Moore. I don't know if Moore can even make sense of what he's saying.
Let's see who's going to be the first man to get to their feet.
It's going to be the challenger. He makes his way over. Buck blocks the shot, catches one of his own. Block again by Billy Buck, takes Bobby Moore down. Big elbow by the challenger, and a second one. Charlie Cash getting frustrated at ringside. Whip off, back body drop by the challenger.
And we have one of those shoulder straps off, and I think you know what's coming shortly after this. He's setting him up.
Beautiful suplex.
And he's got a bridge.
2. Kick out at 2.
The question is, how much does Billy Buck have left? He's taken a beating for a considerable amount of time, and he's throwing everything he's got, but will it be enough to keep Bobby Moore down?
Sweeps the legs, could be going for a submission. Buck dropped into the middle turnbuckle. Charged in, big spear by Bobby Moore.
It.
Right into a cover attempt. Hooks the leg, 1, 2. Kick out at 2.
And that was obviously a slow count by our ref, Ken Wallace. That's the only thing that'll explain that. That was definitely a 3 count.
Charlie Cash is giving something to Bobby Moore.
He's giving him inspiration and advice. What do you mean giving him something? He didn't give him anything. Look, he's fanning the man. He's trying to support his wrestler here.
Well, I can't help but notice that the elbow pad that Bobby Moore is wearing looks a little bit thicker now. In fact, what's with the pad on the mat? He switched pads.
I don't think he switched pads. I don't see a pad on the mat.
Figure 4 leg lock applied center of the ring. The championship can change hands on the submission. Not only does the submission, but Bobby Moore has got to worry about keeping his shoulders off the mat.
He is fighting it. He is in a bad way here. He's in the middle of the ring. He's got to get to the rope. How long can he hold out in this figure 4?
The figure 4 has caused championships to change hands in the past. I've said it on this very program. Nature Boy Ric Flair won several world titles with it.
And he is at the rope. We need a break.
There was a little bit of a delay there, but referee Ken Wallace did see the hands on the ropes to break the hold. As now Bobby Moore struggling to get to his feet. Shot to the eye, an equalizer by Bobby Moore.
Again, you do what it takes when you're the champ to retain that title.
Buck Wild went right into it. We got a 1, 2. What? Charlie Cash just threw Ken Wallace out of the ring.
You could see that when Ken Wallace dropped on his stomach, he obviously kicked Charlie Cash directly in the chest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so he obviously
your winner of the match as a result of a disqualification. Billy Buck, still your Anarchy Wrestling television champion, hit for hire, Bobby Moore.
He's a manager. That's not what he's doing. I think we can both agree that Billy Buck got what he deserved. You do not attack a manager. That man is not a wrestler. That man is a manager. He should not be in this ring competing with these guys. That's ridiculous.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? Let me ask you this. Does Billy Buck go around on his days off kicking puppy dogs? Because that's about what it's comparable to. If you're going to be a man and get in this ring, you fight competitors. You do not drag a manager into the ring and do what you've just done.
Well, fans, Bobby Moore may be holding the television championship, but Wild Billy Buck, the winner this week as a result of a disqualification. We'll be back in just a moment.
Cash vault is now open.